So there has been a lot of talk about these two lights here. This is the Olight Arkfeld Pro. This is my current everyday carry light. And this is the Nitecore EDC27. Two completely different flashlights that just happen to look pretty much the same. And in today's video, we're going to go over kind of some of the differences and some of the things I like about each of them and some of the things that I don't like about each of them. Starting with the Olight Arkfeld Pro. So I've been carrying the Olight Arkfeld Pro for roughly a year and a half, something like that. And this is my grab and go light. This is the light that I kind of, just pick off the nightstand and go for every single time. And a couple reasons for that are pros and cons. One, it is very smooth. It's very easy to operate. It's got several modes, but really the ones that you need to know about is just the flashlight, obviously. You've got moonlight mode. It's press to hold to go up and down in brightness, and triple click if you want to go super bright. It is a bright flashlight. I don't see anybody needing brighter flashlight than this, to be honest. You've also got your laser light, which is just, fun to play with the cat, whatever. And you've got your UV mode, which is good for spotting scorpions. I happen to live in the desert, so that's kind of an important one for me, which is probably why I prefer this light. It does pick up on all kinds of other stuff, and there are things, it's bright enough that you can actually feel the temperature on your skin from the light, even if it doesn't look bright. It charges via proprietary magnetic charger, which is a blessing and a curse. I love the fact that it's got a magnetic rear end on it, so you can stick it to the hood of your car while you're working on your engine or some shelves if you're looking for something in the garage or whatever. But also, if you are going on an extended trip, you do have to lug around a charger with you so that you can make sure your light's topped off. This thing holds a charge for, in everyday use. I haven't charged this thing in a week and I'm still at 3 bars. So it is, for all intents and purposes, it's really not that big of a deal, but it is something that you just should be kind of cognizant of if you are someone that wants to haul around a light and travel a lot and don't want to haul around a charger as well. The color mode that I got this in is cool white, so it's 5767 Kelvin, which is kind of a cooler bluish type light, which is what I prefer. The clip on the back of this thing is a two-way clip. It's got your pocket clip this way, and then you can also clip it into the bill of your hat or something like that. Fantastic light function on that. I actually use that way more than I thought I would. The only thing that I will say is if you keep the light in your back pocket and you sit on mesh office chairs, not that that's relatively specific thing, you can catch this and snag it. I have actually had to bend it back because I've caught the clip, because this little tag end here catches on some things every now and again if you keep it in your back pocket. If you keep it in your front pocket, you don't really have to worry about that. So that's kind of an overview of the Olight and all the things that I like and don't like about it. This is the EDC27 by Nitecore. This is more of a flashlight, just flashlight, right? It's got a dual LED front end with some really bright flashlights. There's no question that this light is brighter than the Arkfeld. But it is only a flashlight. There's not multiple modes. There's no laser. There's no UV light, which, as we discussed, I like. But if that doesn't matter to you, and you want just a blindingly bright flashlight, absolutely take a look at the Nitecore EDC27. A couple of the features, you've got a single-way pocket clip on the back that is, for all intents and purposes, this thing is almost too substantial. You can slide this thing into a vest upside down and it will hold itself and not have to worry about falling out. You've got some cool texture sides for, getting good purchase on it. The light charges via USB-C, so it's super universal, super easy. If you've got a new iPhone or an Android, you've already got a charger with that thing. You've got 2 buttons on the back. Mode button allows you to get into your super bright light regardless of lockout status. And a full press past the click will go to strobe, blinking morning. And then you've got your power button that cycles through just the normal light modes, right? So to get it out of lock mode, because it comes in lock mode, to get it out of lock mode, you click and then hold click, and you'll see it'll unlock here in a second. You go into each of the modes, and it will tell you immediately what mode you're in and how much time you have left in that mode, which is actually a really cool feature, especially not knowing, how much actual time you have left. You just got some bars. So like in this mode, I've got 12 hours left. 200 lumens, I got 3 hours left. 1,000 lumens, I've got hour 22, and so on and so forth. 15 lumens is good enough to get you done for just about everything you want, and the battery life on this thing will get you on for 35 hours. So no real need to worry about it unless you just need it. And at any time, you can smack that mode button and go into ultra bright mode, which is 3000 lumens, and it's just burning through battery, as you can see. But overall, the light is fantastic. A couple of things that I don't like about the light is that it doesn't have some of the things that I like about the Olight, in that it doesn't have a laser, it doesn't have UV. Some of the things I really do like about it is that it's really bright. If you're just looking for a tactical, super bright light, this is the spot. The thing that I don't really care about, I like the fact that the Olight's buttons are in the front, because I hold my flashlight like this most of the time, not like this. And so while that is a thing that a lot of people do, a lot of people like that rear light, that's not really, the ergonomics don't really work with me. For quick mode, you just really do have to use it kind of like overhand, I guess what you'd call that. The second thing is the way that it kind of functions, and this probably has something to do with the fact that I'm used to the Olight flashlights, the half press and full press, instead of just having everything be kind of like a full press to cycle and everything, it just takes a little bit of mental energy to kind of get over that and get into where you understand that. That's something that doesn't really matter after about an hour of using it, though. The other thing that kind of bugs is this thing actually gets relatively hot if you're using it on bright mode, because this thing is a monster. It is super bright, and it gets the job done. As far as dimensions are concerned, you can see the Olight is slightly smaller, and it's also slightly thicker. The Nitecore going a little bit thinner on the front end, but on the back end, once you include that screen, they're about the same width there. The Nitecore doesn't have any magnets, so if you like to stick your light to things, the Olight's the one you're looking at. If you don't care about that and you just want a pocket light that's going to blind some people, definitely take a look at the EDC27. Overall, I gotta say, I own both lights now, obviously, so they're both great lights. They both have their purpose and their function. It just depends on what you want to do with what you're carrying and how you use your light. Me personally, I really enjoy having the UV, so I stick with the Olight on a daily carry. But this is absolutely something I keep around for when I need a really ultra bright flashlight. So that's just kind of my overview and thoughts on these two. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you in the next one.